Theory: this person is still alive, but will die by the end of the series, and here's how I think it will happen. Former Yonko Kaido's status is currently unconfirmed, and the last we saw of him he was falling down a volcano. I want to start by saying I don't think it fits Oda's narrative style to kill off major villains during or immediately after the big fights. It's definitely possible they're dead, but I don't think that's the case. However, Kaido and Big Mom fought for quite a while shortly before the raid. Then during the raid, they had fight after fight, depleting their haki. Along the way, since the protective armors rely on haki, they would have been weakened by the end. Stack on all the injuries they suffered, and they were in a bad state when heading to the volcano. There is also a theory going around that this volcano is the source of Sea Prism Stone. So while I don't think either of them are dead, I do think they've suffered so much damage that they'll never return as fighters, although I do think they'll both return. They must have suffered permanent damage after that, assuming they're still alive at all, which I do think they are, because of the narrative purpose they both still serve. So on to how I think Kaido will actually die, and it goes back to the Zou arc. We all know Oda loves paralleling earlier arcs and foreshadowing major events. I think Kaido's death was foreshadowed in Zou, and it was through Ryunosuke. We see Ryunosuke, a long scaly dragon, climb up Zunisha. It takes so much out of him that he dies afterward. The Straw Hats were also all cheering him on passionately along the way, and then they mourned his death. Oda made it a point to show us that, and made this drawing's death an emotional moment. And I think he did that for a reason, because this is how Kaido will die. Of course it's just a theory, and could be wrong, but I think that at one point the Straw Hats will approach a broken Kaido and either ask for help, or be offered help. Kaido will carry the Straw Hats on his back and go up the Red Line, possibly dodging cannon fire along the way. At the end, either because he's exhausted from pushing past his injuries, or because he was attacked along the way, he will die. And the Straw Hats will mourn their former enemy. Kaido will finally realize that the key to his death wasn't facing Joy Boy in battle, it was helping him. He will get his greatest wish and die, and will do so as Luffy's ally. Of course this begs the questions, why would the Straw Hats need to go up the Red Line? And what finally convinces Kaido to change his mind? I'll save the first question for later, but there are lots of possible answers to the second one, including just time and reflection. Anyway, that's my theory. What do you think?